let's talk about the 1-year ownership experience of the Porsche Boxster 981 S. Alright, so here we are. Welcome back to the Autohound, and we are out just for a morning cruise. So in front of us we have two 911s, we have a Boxster, and of course my Boxster, and we're just having a grand old time, kind of carving up some back roads and checking out the scenery, and up by the Merrimack River here in northern Massachusetts, right in the New Hampshire border. And we went to New Hampshire, then to Maine, grabbed some lunch afterward. Look at that beautiful view. And you know, this is therapy for me, and I love it when you're able to just go for a ride with your friends and not think too much about, oh well, you know, I've got to be there at a certain time, or I need to, you know, do something. I think largely it's just about the drive, like I always say. You know, you get out there, you just enjoy it. There's nobody racing here. We're not doing 110 miles an hour. There's a lot of people that will go out and do that, and you know, tear up back roads, and you know, make all sorts of havoc for others on the road. Part of what we do, at least us four guys, we're all roughly the same age, that we just enjoy each other's company and enjoy our own cars, and you know, focus on the true enjoyment of driving. What a beautiful road. And you could hear that engine just kind of burble up and get ready to go, and it's a nice feeling. So I'm just going to shut up here, and you guys can just watch a little bit of this ride. Wait till I do this down this year at Tail of the Dragon. I'm looking forward to that. My wife and I are going in August, and we'll be there, I think, August the 3rd. If anybody wants to meet up with us, send me a DM, and we'll meet you over at Deals Gap at the store, and we could start the tail at that time, but I'll put more messages out about that. This is the fun stuff, and you know, you work hard all week, you want to get out and enjoy yourself, and that's kind of what this is. All this is, it's just fun. And it doesn't matter what kind of car you have. You can come out in your Ford pickup truck, or you come out in, you know, your little Toyota Camry or Toyota Corolla. Just go out and just enjoy driving. I think the joy of driving is kind of slowly going away, and you know, for an enthusiast like myself, that's a horrible thing to say, but it's true. People are more focused on getting from one point to another point as fast as they can, or without interruptions or whatever. Well, as much as I hate traffic like the next guy, I really appreciate, you know, this part of the drive, where you're able to connect with a good community. Part of spirited driving is responsible driving. I say it a million times, right? So just be responsible out there, have some fun with it. This car, so let's talk about the 1-year ownership experience of the Porsche Boxster 981 S. This one is the S model. It has 315 horsepower, does 0 to 60 in about 4.9 seconds, and believe me, it does get there pretty quick. I will have to say the pluses on this car. The pluses are, well, I guess number one, it's really easy to drive. The electronic steering is super, I would have to say feedback is amazing on it. The other part of it is the acceleration is really great, especially for such a small car. 6 cylinders, 315 horsepower, it doesn't sound like a lot. But when you only got 2,900 pounds that you're moving, plus me, so 3,100 pounds, the car moves quite nicely. Also, the things that I like about it is that you can move the top up and down at speed up to 35 miles an hour. Although I still worry about that, because sometimes I think a gust of wind is going to come back and snap it back. So I'm sure that's just kind of just me being a little overreactive to it. However, it's just my little quickie-dink fear. In addition to that, what I love about the car is the way it feels on the road. It's super planted. You don't get a lot of body roll in the car. You don't get a lot of kind of harsh shifting, especially with the PDK transmission. I think the PDK is so incredibly intuitive. Very few times that I've been disappointed in the PDK, even when I do autocross in the car. And that's another thing. This car is made for everything. It's not just you know, a sports car for the weekend. It's a grocery getter. It's a Home Depot getter if you have some small stuff you want to pick up. It's just fun. And it also does autocross. It does these neat little rides. And as you can see, these corners are quite amazing. Have a lot of fun with them. And it corners like it's nobody's business. So that's kind of the great parts about owning this car. With 65,000 miles on it, it drives like it's brand new. It's going in for its major service. So there's a downside. Downsides on Porsches are the Porsche tax is real. Everything costs more money to kind of do some type of repair on the car. It's at least 2 to 3 times the money that you would normally spend on pretty much any other car. But if you want to keep it running right and you want it to perform to its capabilities, then that. So let's have a little pull here. That's full send. And look how fast I caught up on the road. It is fast. And my other car was quick, great on corners and whatnot. This car is just fast. It definitely handles speed like it should. It's a Porsche. Some other downsides to this car, I would have to say that in some cases the fit and finish isn't great. The actual windshield wiper nozzle pops off every now and again, so it doesn't get to the wipers, which is why my windshield is dirty right now. Otherwise it wouldn't be clean by the wipers, but it pops off every now and again. I don't have any complaints on the PDK. I don't have any complaints on the electric steering. I think it's a good feel. The heated seats are great. However, my complaint is if my Ford Maverick can have heated seats on the lower part and the back part, why can't the Porsche have that? That doesn't make any sense to me. Makes it an interesting choice on Porsche's part to say, oh yeah, we'll just put it in the bottom of the seat or the top of the seat. I think in this one it's the bottom. So I think it should be, the entire seat should be air conditioning and or cooled. And both of these, this car does have both air conditioning and cooled seats. The other downside to owning the car is that you got to store it for 6 months if you live in New England. This could not be your daily driver. The snow, the ice, you'll just wind up killing the paint. And I plan on owning this car for another 10 to 15 years. So, you know, you got to take care of it. And part of taking care of it is putting it away in the wintertime. And, you know, unfortunately, I'm a big kid and, you know, you want to have your toy in the winter. So those are my pluses and minuses of the car. The handling, I go back to it all the time. It's absolutely incredible. There's nothing that I've ever driven that handles as well as this car. I've driven one hypercar, which was the McLaren Artura. I've not driven any other hypercars. I wouldn't consider the Lamborghini Huracan a hypercar. I would consider that a supercar. A hypercar to me, I've had to kind of readjust my vernacular, I guess. So here are my hypercars. The P1 is a hypercar. The Bugattis are hypercars. The Porsche 918, the Porsche 959, the Ferrari F40, those are the two original hypercars. Of course, the McLaren F1, excuse me. The McLaren F1 is a hypercar. So those to me are like hypercars. Koenigsegg, Rimac, there's so many of them coming out, and they're real hypercars. It's cost, it's performance, it's all of that fun stuff. So those are hypercars. Supercars, they're all over the place. There's Lamborghinis. As a kid, I recall driving and I'd see a Porsche on the road. I'm like, oh my God, that's a Porsche. Because you never see them. Now you know, there's 4 of them in a row on this street right here. So you're not fooling anyone when you buy a supercar. And this Boxster S is a supercar. I will promise you it will keep up with any supercar that's going on out there right now, including the new Corvettes. Plus, I just drove one of those the other day. That'll be in an upcoming video. So if you like this type of content, please make sure you like, you comment, and subscribe. And remember, it's about the drive.